I don't know why, but when I was a little kid, I used to think the plain white tees and the black eyed peas were the same.
So I wanted to talk about, so there's a bunch of songs that turned 20 this year. It seemed like 2004, in terms of music, was the year of the roller rink. Does that track?
You're talking about songs you'd hear at the roller?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what would you say if JBL released this such thing, and it's called a boombox?
It's just tough. It has to have the look. That's my big thing. It's got to have big-ass speakers on it. It's got to be something you can hold over your head to tell your girl, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I disagree with your definition of a boombox. It's a very specific song, but I'll say this about the Black Eyed Peas, man. Another timeless song. For me, this is probably in the minority. Where is the love? God, that's like, what's wrong with the world, mama? Oh, what is wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas.
Hey, it's the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show.
Let's talk about that.
Introducing first in the left corner.
Let's take lemons and make lemonade.
Introducing seconds in the right corner.
I was almost Patchy the Pirate.
Ooh.
Get ready to...
Hello, and welcome to the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show. I'm Bill.
I'm Hunter.
And welcome to episode 13, our bad luck episode.
Yeah, I guess so. Actually, it's actually turning out that way.
Dude, yeah, you guys don't know this, but this is like our second take, and
Your dogs were just
on
fucking
one.
up the set.
Cage is doing it right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Charlie almost took down our whole
If
setup
this
here. Cage, just
episode
stop.
ends in 5 seconds, we're not restarting.
Yeah,
This
see you
is
guys
what
next
will
week.
be posted.
Yeah. Awesome. So, yeah, man. Well, real quick, just to say, this is filmed the day after the Browns are now out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Why'd you have to bring it up?
I know, it's a sad
If we would
thing.
have just dodged the topic. Look, our luck ran out.
It had to happen.
Luckily, CJ Stroud was the one to do it. Former OSU quarterback. He's looking great.
You're like, but other than that, sucks.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, I was telling Hunter, like, because I was like, oh, I'll be naughty. I'll put a little parlay on it. And I went to check in on it at the end of, like, the first quarter. And we were only down by 3. I was like, not bad. And I tuned back in, like, an hour later. And we were like, it was, like, halftime. And I went, oh, no.
I went to some family's house to watch the game, and I've never wanted, they thought I was kidding, but around the third quarter, I'm like, yo, I want to play like a board game or something, like anything other than keeping this TV on right now. Like, we're literally just inducing ourselves with more and more sadness.
We're watching a murder happen on screen.
Yeah, and it's just like good. That was just if it would have been a close game and we lost, okay, but to not even need to watch late in the second quarter.
And because the final score was what, 45-12?
I don't
Or
know.
14?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we only got 2 touchdowns, and both in the first, like one in the first, one in the second, and then just nothing.
Yeah, I got wasted.
Just to cope.
Honestly, every time I turned it into a drinking game. Every time they scored, I took shots.
That's the saddest drinking game ever. That's so funny, man.
I'm kidding. That's not what happened. But.
Yeah, that means the Super Bowl's coming up.
Yep.
Sooner or not or whatever. But it made me think of something because I found out something recently, right? So, when you think of America, what are some things you think of?
I think of people not being able to get over politics. I think of not getting paid enough to do your job.
Well, I guess...
I think of...
Oh, wait. You're just crying? I'm like, damn, I really started this episode off so bad. I guess as a brand, what would you think of America? If you think of America as a brand.
Corny commercials.
Yeah, okay. That's good. All right. Flag, it'd probably be a big one.
I don't think about that thing
as like
very
a
much.
brand,
I mean, as a brand, I don't know.
Yeah. If you're like this, you're looking at a shirt and you're like, this shirt's American as hell. What do you see on
the
it?
Flag.
The flag,
red, white, and blue.
Okay.
Eagles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's actually I was hoping you. I I was really trying to guide you there. I was like, it might fly. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I was thinking recently, do you know how big bald eagles are?
They're pretty big.
I didn't.
They're like massive.
I wouldn't have figured that they were very big.
They're like the size of your chest.
Okay. That's what I would have thought.
No, like they're like wingspan. Like
That's what I would have thought. I would have thought it's like a fair sized bird, way bigger than like a pigeon, but
Yeah.
not as big as like say an ostrich, right?
well, yeah, ostriches are.
They're fucking huge.
Yeah,
Do you know how tall a bald eagle is?
probably like 3 feet.
Oh, you think that's the size of your chest is just 3 feet? Dude, that's like, because what, we're both like 5'8". That's over half, that's half our size.
They're like probably mid thigh if they're like standing.
Well, if you think about, like, if they were just twice the size, they would be taller than us. So they're more than half of our size. So, of you and me. So that's fucking huge.
Yeah, they're big. That's why they're our bird.
But
You
another
think we
thing.
were gonna send a pigeon,
Yeah.
to represent us.
Well, so we send the message. Send the messenger pigeons. Well, I was thinking like those things are fucking huge, dude. And so I saw this video. I wish I had it, but I can't use my phone, and I didn't send it to myself. It's just this dude in, of course, a trailer park, and he's got a hard-boiled egg, and he's just like whistling a bunch. And then this eagle lands on the ground, and it looks like the size of a fucking bike. And it's just like, it moseys its way on over to him, and he feeds it an egg. And I'm like, that's fucking horrifying, dude. I did not know they were that fucking big.
Yeah, like eagles will like swoop down. And, like you've never heard like this saying, like an eagle could swoop down and take a toddler.
No, I've never. That's not even a smooth saying. There's no rhyme or joy in it at all. No,
And you lose your child.
it's more. It's more of a warning than a cute little phrase.
Just so you know.
Well, Riley was telling me that. So whenever they like, do you know what an eagle sounds like?
No.
Right. So typically, when you hear like an eagle sound, it's like a screech or like this, like sort of, aggressive, like predator type screech. But I guess actually, because like as you said, like America wouldn't want to be like, hey, here's this little pigeon. Eagles don't screech like that. So what they'll do is they'll edit in a hawk noise.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. What eagles actually do is they just kind of giggle. They're like, isn't that hilarious, dude? Can you imagine going to an eagle exhibit and it just sounds like they're all making fun of your shoes? You know what I'm saying?
You looked at your shoes after that. You're like, "Aw."
Oh man, I actually really like these, man. I thought New Balance was coming back.
Dude,
It's so crazy, man.
no.
Oh yeah, they're huge. I did not know that.
Yeah, they're fucking massive.
God damn, man. Well, I really thought you'd be on the same page with me on that one.
So, how many eagles would you have to see?
Before I think something's wrong?
Yeah,
It's probably the same as owls, man. Probably just 2. Just like,
I think I would do 1.
well, I was gonna go with you. I think for eagles, because I think I know more about owls than eagles clearly, because I didn't even know how big they were.
Yeah.
So if I saw 2, I might be like, oh, they fucking. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do in America. Just kidding. They probably do that more in like France. But no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, that
Shout out French homies. No, but yeah. So maybe 3. But then
See, I feel like I've seen more owls in my life than I have eagles.
me too, right? But for some reason, I'm like, I think I have less confidence in my eagle knowledge. Like, because even sitting
You don't
here,
know if you would know it's an eagle.
Yeah, it's fair too. Yeah,
Even after-
because I thought it was a way smaller bird. I was like, was that an eagle? It was just a mourning dove. No, but yeah, I don't know, because I still feel like even if I saw like three eagles, I might be like, oh, 2 of them are fucking, and the third one wants in on the action. It's the cuck eagle. You know what I'm saying? And then if I saw 4, I'd be like, an eagle orgy. No, it's always has to do with sex.
It's not impressive that you're seeing them.
The only 2 things I knew about bald eagles before were America and sex.
You see, if it's 4, it's a wife swap.
Yeah. Dude, man. I mean, listen, man. Eagles are horny. I'm just kidding. I'm just sharing fake eagle propaganda.
So, Eagles, bird of America.
Yes.
On America. Mm-hmm. It's time to update our listeners, and you, if you're not aware, of the man who flew like an eagle over the podium and attacked the judge.
Okay, yeah. I've not heard, because, so, firstly, our theory was, like, he's fucked.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I actually, so to edit, when I edited the clip, I actually had to watch the full play out of how that whole thing happened, right? So, like, I saw that, like, what he was being tried for or whatever, and that he was going for probation, and then the judge was like, that would be irresponsible of me to do that given your past offenses. And it was funny because, like, even just how this dude was talking didn't seem super, like, imposing or exactly like a threat until you hear, like, his past charges, and you're like, oh, this guy's, like, a piece of shit, you know? And then it's so funny for her to be like, yeah, so it would just be, you know, irresponsible of me to ignore your past charges, and then for him to go, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
And then
so you looked into what he did
a little bit, but not really.
So do you got anything you can share?
No, just that before he jumped on her, she was just saying, like, yeah, like, I think he had some battery charges.
Okay.
Like, you know, I don't know if they were, I don't remember if they were domestic
so
or not.
He batters the judge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's like, she's basically like, you have a history of violence. And he's like,
okay. So, since he did that, that trial wasn't over.
oh, shit. Okay.
So he had to redo that trial.
Oh, my God.
And who does he see? He sees the same judge.
No way.
So now that trial's getting finished by the same judge who just got yoked up by this guy.
Did she have any, like, damage, really?
It didn't look like it too much. So this is the picture that I'll send to you so you can put on the screen if you want, and I'll show you. This is how they brought him in this time.
Oh, my God, dude.
Describe that for me, Bill.
Yeah, so he's in, like, basically a muzzle.
Yeah.
He's in all black. They have his hands in what look to be pool noodles.
It reminded me of those Rock'em Sock'em, or those like what are those
Sock'em
called?
boppers.
These Sock'em boppers.
More fun than a pillow fight, and he's chained to his own waist.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of looking like, why? Dude, he
Why
looks.
me? Yeah, they had his legs shackled.
He looks like the rejected, like, sixth member of the Suicide Squad. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he also, like, the mask gave off Hannibal Lecter. Like.
Oh, dude, for sure, dude. That's funny. What did he bite her? I mean, I guess you have to be with a guy with that much height. Can you imagine, like, he comes back and the podium's just a little bit taller?
He tries it again and doesn't make it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm losing strength. That's so funny. That's crazy. So what did they?
He got sentenced, I think, 18 months for the thing before.
Oh.
And now he has to go back and deal with the abuse of a judge.
Holy shit.
So he got 18 months for the shit before, no parole possibility.
Yeah, I mean, imagine, you know.
Yeah, and then now he has to go back again for the abuse of a judge, which I think he'll have a different judge for that. So
funny, dude. Yeah, that's so funny. It's like her husband.
And he's like pissed.
Exactly.
He jumps over his podium.
You know, he's got the shortest podium in the world and two, like, brass knuckles.
He's like, you're sentenced to this ass whooping. And he jumps down. He starts. The dude's shackled.
Exactly. Man, that's so funny. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and receive this ass whooping? He goes, I swear. Wait, what? Swings on him.
You want it out, you're getting out in a casket.
Dude, so that's some scalding hot tea right there.
Hell yeah.
Which I heard in the ether, there's more scalding hot tea.
Dude.
So I don't know shit about the Katt Williams thing.
Katt Williams
Yeah.
went on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, I do know who that is. The football, the ex NFL player. Yeah,
he also used to be on the Skip Bayless show, I think. It
I
was
do
Shannon
know
and
that
Skip.
name.
You'd always see them like arguing back and forth and
oh yeah, and it was always like, wasn't Skip like always just like,
a dick to him.
yeah, he was just like almost disrespecting his football knowledge
Always.
all the
and
time.
his career.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck, motherfucker. I was like, I'm in the top percentile of football players because I got into the NFL. Dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he's one of the best tight ends of all time.
Wow.
So
Fuck you, Skip.
Yeah, he has a little pod now.
Okay.
Katt Williams was on, and Katt Williams spilled all the tea he possibly could on things that have been said about him in the past that aren't true. He said, "I'm here to set the record straight."
Wow.
So he basically just talks about everything ever that you've ever heard about Katt
It's like
Williams.
it starts in 1776. We're like, whoa.
I mean, they did go back that far. There was a lot of stuff I didn't know about Katt Williams.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I don't know much about him either.
So
other than comedian.
He moved out when he was 13.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Do you know he's from here?
Cleveland?
No, he's Ohio.
Ohio? Oh,
Dayton.
wow. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
He's from
damn.
Dayton.
Did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Damn.
So he moved from Dayton to Florida at 13.
Okay.
Lived at a park.
Have you guys just heard a bunch of like insane banging, and it was Cage coming down the stairs excitingly with a toy? Well, my dog Cage. Sorry.
So, yeah, he moved to Florida. He lived at a park, so he met a whole bunch of drug addicts and homeless people, and that's when he said, "Nah, I ain't ever doing drugs." So he claims to have never touched a hard drug,
Wow.
other than marijuana,
Yeah.
and nicotine.
Okay.
That's his claim. And then he went at someone named Norman Smiley. Something
familiar.
Smiley. I don't know. Because I guess in one of Katt Williams' movie roles, his iconic movie role as Money Mike or something like that.
Okay.
I think it was in one of the Fridays. This Smiley guy claims that was supposed to be his role. And Katt Williams was like, "How's that supposed to be your role? I wrote all the lines for this guy. I am this guy.
Wow.
I did all the set design. I did all this. I did all that. How is that supposed to be your role?
Oh, interesting.
How are you going to get those lines? I wrote them."
That's so funny, man. Because like obviously that movie's forever old at this rate, and he's like, "I'm tired of this."
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So-
and that was like the tone of the whole thing. Was he's like, "I'm sick of this, so
Yeah.
I'm fucking talking shit on everything."
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
all right.
that. And then he came at the what was their group name? It was like the something. It had something to do with the comedians. It was like a group of comedians. It was the group consisted of like what was that dude? Steve Harvey. Do you remember the dude who used to have? He was a dark-skinned comedian. He used to He used to be in the Bernie Mac.
Yeah. Oh, Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac was in it.
Oh, that's right. Like I saw
Kings of Comedy or something like that.
Yeah,
That
I
was the
saw.
group.
Like a comment saying that Katt Williams gave Bernie his flowers.
Yeah.
Which is cool because
He-
like Bernie was the shit for
He
sure.
was. He said basically that like Katt Williams was supposed to be there, but he didn't want to do that because Steve Harvey and the other guy claimed to be like the best comedians ever, and they weren't.
Yeah.
And that Steve Harvey claims to say that like the reason he's not doing stand up is because he doesn't have time because he has all these TV shows he does now and all this and that. And he's like, no, you just weren't good. You had yourself as the king of comedy, but you needed people to write your jokes and have a teleprompter on a TV screen for your TV shows.
I don't want to shit too much on Steve Harvey just because he was like from a nothing to something guy, but now that he's a something guy, his attitude's the fucking worst, and it's also like the peak of his comedy is that somebody on one of his shows says something way funny, like or just like obscure, and then he just goes, "Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?" And then that's it, and
Right.
everybody goes, "Ah, Steve."
So I guess there was some controversy to where Steve and the other guy would like always have like they were trying to hold Bernie down, but Katt Williams like you can't hold the GOAT down. You can't hold the legend down. Everyone knew what they were going to see, and it was him. No one cared about you guys.
And if I remember correctly, so, now it's super common for comedians to go movies. But back then, especially Bernie Mac's era, it was almost frowned upon. Like you're ditching the art to take a paycheck almost. Right. Was that mentioned at all? Like
not too much.
Because I remember when it was happening, like I remember a lot of flame heading for Bernie Mac just because he was like doing less stand up and more movies, and it's like, well, yeah, he's fucking good. Why would he not?
It might have a little bit. Nothing that like caught my eye.
Okay.
So then I would say the biggest mic drop and the thing that's heating up now was on Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay, and I might have heard something about this.
Yeah,
but I don't want to misquote anything.
This is getting heat.
Okay.
So he basically said that Kevin Hart is nothing more than an industry plant. That like he basically was like, Shannon, who do you know that says he did all this work and he came up the hard way and made it, and got all this business, all this clout? He's from the East Side, but claims to have done all this work on the West Coast in Hollywood, and that's how he got his fame in movies. He was like, no, he's from, I think it's Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a Philly boy. He's like, he's from Philly. He was doing stand-up in Philly, and then out of nowhere, you start seeing him get comedy specials. He gets his own movie in Soul Plane or something like that.
Oh, okay.
He's like, he's getting all this. All those deals were already done before you went to Hollywood. He already had all those done. He's an industry plant.
Interesting. Holy shit.
He was claiming them. He's like, he didn't do nothing. Like he didn't do anything to get these Hollywood roles.
Because I know that there's already, for years now, it's just been buzzing that Kevin Hart is part of the Illuminati.
He said he sold his soul.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
he did say that.
I wonder, man.
And he's like, think about it. When Kevin Hart started blowing up, he just came out of nowhere, and he was in everything. You saw him everywhere. What did he do to get there?
Wow.
And then
interesting.
That's what he was saying. And then there was another part I wanted to hit on. So yeah, he was calling him an industry plant. Said that he would do anything for a paycheck. And that was like toying off of something Dave Chappelle said, where Hollywood always has to put a black man in a dress or find a way to what would be the proper word? Emasculate.
Oh, gotcha.
The person himself, and that Kevin Hart would do anything for a paycheck. So yeah, it got a little spicy there. And then that was the part I wanted to hit on. Katt Williams said he said probably 90% of the movie roles that slid across Kevin Hart's desk were because Katt Williams said no. Or asked to change some of it because there were parts of him being emasculated. And then Katt was like, no, we don't have to do this. Nothing. And then I think another thing was like, it had to do with being like homophobic or or it maybe like play into being like gay or something like that. And Katt was like, I'm not like that. So can we change that? And then they were like, no, we'll just get Kevin to do it.
Oh, that's interesting because like when you said it, I'm trying to think about most of Kevin Hart's roles in movies are very much like he's sort of pathetic or down on his luck or this or that. And then there's a character that has more figured out than him or is higher than him in some sort of status that is helping him through that or whatever. Because I was just thinking like, it's tough. Ride-alongs would be a good example. Ride-along would be a good example, but Ice Cube is the guy helping him out. Like he's a black man, he's strong, he's got it all together, you know. So, but it's tough. But I could see if like that went to Katt Williams' desk. I don't see Katt Williams like wanting to do exactly a scene where you know what I mean. He can't handle a gun, like he's just so incompetent. But I don't know. I might be putting words in his mouth, but it's interesting. I like that thought.
Yeah, so that's what Katt Williams said. And then some other shit happened where Kevin Hart was on like an ESPN thing talking about a basketball game. And they had asked him like, hey, why haven't you said anything? Katt Williams came for you. And then Kevin Hart said, he said, when you go to a circus, do you perform in the circus or do you watch the circus? He's a clown, and he kept calling him a clown.
Wow.
And then Kevin Hart, a couple years back, was one of the guys who came out and said, like, no, like, Katt Williams' downfall is because of the drugs. He chose drugs over fame. This, that, and the third. And then after he called Katt Williams a clown, Katt Williams announced that Kevin Hart's ex-wife will be going on his comedy tour with him and opening.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Jesus.
So now Katt Williams has Kevin Hart's ex-wife that Kevin cheated on going on his comedy tour.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What a great, like,
Response.
marketing plan, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, great response.
For sure.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. I didn't
yeah.
know any of that.
Yeah, and then a lot of people are, like, curious to see how that goes because in one of Kevin Hart's comedy specials, Kevin poked fun at the fact that he cheated on her and that he hurt her. Because he was in the comedy special, he was like, "Do I feel bad for cheating? No, I do not." He's like, "Would I take it back if I could? No, I wouldn't."
Weird.
He was like, "What I did wrong was I lied about it. I should have just been upfront and I told her I was cheating."
Oh, interesting.
He was like, maybe we could have worked it out, maybe we could have figured it out, but no, as a man, you gotta accept what you did and learn from it. So
Weird.
Yeah, he
Weird
apparently he like it was a whole part of his comedy special was like kind of shitting on the fact that like
I know. That's like, yeah, what a weird stance to take to be like, yeah, I might have hurt somebody that trusted me and I cared for a lot, but
do I feel bad for it? Nope.
No, don't feel bad for it because I have to accept it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how am I going to grow?
Yeah.
You don't grow from feeling bad about doing things.
What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
I lied. That's what I did wrong.
You never grow from
Would
regret.
I take it back if I could? No.
No.
So
What I needed to learn from that wasn't to break the trust of somebody who I married. I learned break the trust of somebody that I married and then dunk on her for it.
yeah.
And that's why I'm here today.
So yeah, no, that's why everyone's interested to see what she's gonna say. You know, she's
Wow.
on Katt's comedy special, and
Interesting.
Katt Williams is making a quick resurgence in 2024.
That's pretty crazy, man. And that's actually also really funny. Can you imagine, like, it's like she doesn't even talk about it?
She's
like all
going
that
to.
hype. I know, but can you
Kevin
imagine?
Hart already issued like a lawsuit saying like if you like keep my name out of your mouth or I'm suing you.
Wow.
So,
Dude, and that it was funny because it reminded me of when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. And then Chris Rock had a couple shows after that. And if I remember correctly, Chris Rock didn't talk about it at all. Because people started going to his shows being like, what the fuck is he going to say? And he didn't say anything about it until his special came out like almost a year later.
right.
And he was like, all right, so I feel like we got to talk about it, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And in that, I don't know if I feel bad for Will Smith or like in just his marriage in general. I
Right.
mean, it's such a public sham and embarrassing to like watch as like
Yeah.
a Will Smith fan, I would imagine, to be like, man, this woman's got him fucked up, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's just taking it.
He's taking it all right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. So, 2024, Katt Williams comeback tour.
Dude, so yeah, I wanted to, because of the new year, I wanted to talk about a little, like, some things that I noticed that are going to turn 20 this year.
Oh.
Which is pretty crazy. So, you think back to 2004. Well, you were 4. Do you have any, I don't think you'd have any year-specific memories from 2004, would you?
Other than WWE games.
Oh, fair point.
WWE games were always
Okay.
good.
And this would be the era of, like, the PS2,
Yeah.
Xbox.
Maybe San Andreas. That might have came
Yeah.
after 2020, or that probably came after 2004. But you said PS2.
Yeah. And I don't think the 360, man, because if the 360 was out, then I feel like the PS2 was out, right?
Didn't the PS2 come out before the 360?
Yeah, maybe like a whole year or so before. So maybe
Before
we're
the
good.
360?
Yeah. It took them a while to make another
PS3.
Xbox.
No, are you talking about just the original Xbox?
Yeah, the original Xbox.
That's not the 360.
No. And then the PS2 dropped, so it was PS2 and the original Xbox. But it was also so it was PS1 versus the original Xbox, and then PS2, and then there was a gap before the Xbox 360 came out to compete with the PS2. So,
okay.
So one of the things that turns 20 in 2024 is Halo 2. I do not think that was 360. I should have done more research, I think. There's like fans screaming right now. They're like, it was! No, but yeah, I don't know. Here, I can look this up super quick just so that, not that this is the most important thing on the list.
No,
but
people will get us.
Yeah.
Original Xbox.
Original Xbox. All right, cool. So I felt pretty confident about that.
So when did the Xbox 360 come out? 2005.
The PS2 came out in 2000, and then the PS3...
That didn't come out until what? 2008, 9?
No, maybe 2006? Yeah, it was 2006. Okay. So yeah. So they dropped the Xbox 360 to compete sort of with the PS2, but it was super next gen because they had 5 years to figure it out.
Right.
And then they dropped the PS3, which was also insane. So meanwhile, Nintendo was just kind of doing their own fucking thing.
With the GameCube?
Yeah.
And then wait, hold on. When the Wii dropped?
I bet the Wii dropped around the same time. I think those were the big three. Yeah.
So they were doing their own thing with the Wii.
The Wii came out in 2006. Yeah, it was so funny. Because, yeah, like it was like GameCube versus PS2 versus Xbox. And then the Xbox 360 comes out, the PS3 comes out, and then the Wii was like, we're just going to fucking, like, play bowling.
Or you can use this stick to steer in Mario Kart.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So,
no, the Wii gets slept on too much, and I won't put up with it any longer.
It was good. I mean, it sucked because they only did like 2 or 3 things really well. I'll say that. Like, remember like when, what the fuck was that game called? I think it was called Red Steel. It's supposed to be like a gun/sword game. You had it. I think that's what it was called. But yeah, it's like the nunchuck you'd use as like a sword. Mm-hmm. And then, you could also aim and shoot like with a gun. And they even had released like a version of Call of Duty World at War that you could use with like a gun attachment for the Wii. And it worked like dog water. It was fucking so bad. But if they were like doing like Wii Sports or like golf or like, a
racing game.
Yeah, a racing game was okay.
Dude, Madden was fun on the Wii.
On the Wii?
It was fun on the Wii. I will not stand for it. You could when you scored, you use the controller and the nunchucks to celebrate.
Yeah, okay.
And the guy would do it. You could use the Wii remote, and you were able to draw your own plays.
Wow.
So that was cool.
Dude, I want us to, at some point, revisit the Xbox Kinect launch, just because that they straight up lied through that entire presentation, and we'll get into that some other time when I've actually prepared for it. But
yeah,
it's
I would be
crazy.
down for that because I had a Kinect, and that shit was
It was
garbage.
Dude, okay, so
it was garbage.
So yeah, Halo 2 is one of the things that turns 20 in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then boom, we got Facebook. The first version of Facebook was made in 2004, back when he was in his Harvard dorm.
Hell yeah, I saw the movie.
Yeah, then it was all downhill from there. Did you like it? I haven't seen it.
I liked the movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy, isn't it? Like, it's fucking nuts to be like the betrayal, the pure betrayal. Mark Zuckerberg, go fuck yourself. I know you can hear me because my phone is on. So you were mentioning before Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Ooh,
that came out in 2004. That turns 20.
So good, dude.
And then they remastered it and made it worse somehow.
Yeah,
like those games play like garbaggio, dude. I didn't even buy them because I saw people playing them. I'm like, what the fuck? When I saw like the remaster of Vice City, and I just saw the way that the guy ran, I was like, you guys could have. You could have fucking updated it. Like, we would have only thanked you for it.
I think they just tried to like. New graphics. Here you go. Runs exactly the same.
Crazy, dude. So yeah, but yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I mean, Vice City was pretty big, and then I think Grand Theft Auto 3 It either came out after Vice City or before, but then San Andreas came out, and that was definitely like the nextest gen. Like, you'd have to eat, you could work out, like you could have all these different versions of the main character CJ because of how you took care of him.
Right. You could get him fat, or you could get him fucking ripped and shredded.
Dude, the cheat codes to this day unmatched.
Dude,
the cheat codes were fucking
so
awesome
much fun.
in that game, dude.
So much fun.
And yeah, it was just hours of endless fun, dude. Like that game is so sick. It feels timeless, honestly. The climate in 2004 in general of San Andreas was like where they really hyped up the commentary on like there should be less violence in video games. And because like you in the original version of San Andreas, you could have sex and it was a mini game. And so the PC version of San Andreas got hit with, I think, the first ever, I could be wrong about that, but the first ever, like there's E for everyone, 18 plus, shit like that. Or not 18 plus, like, the fuck is that?
M for mature.
M for mature, T for teen. The PC version was, I think, one of the first games ever to get hit with the AO rating, which is adults only. So, because you could have sex in it. So, like, what would happen is, like, I don't know if you remember the game that much, but you could take, like, girls on dates, and then afterwards she'd be like, you want to come inside for some coffee? The coffee was the sex mini game, but it had to get cut. So, like, the game, he'd be like, sure. And then the game would just fade to black and fade up, and then he'd be, outside her house, like, scratching his junk or whatever. So, but I just think that was interesting. It really felt like a cultural movement, because they unapologetically dialed everything to 11, even though the world was telling them to calm down.
Right. Which I hope they do for this new game.
Oh, yeah, dude, for real. Awesome. So, I wanted to just quickly shout out Say Anything's first album. Turns 20 this year. We're seeing them live, which I'm really excited about. Me and my sister and my girlfriend, we're seeing them live. That's like a more niche one. I just thought it was cool.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Another one I threw in there was Millie Bobbie Brown, turning 20. Now, before we shot, Hunter got to look at the list a little bit.
No.
You want me to say this? Because I wanted to talk about Millie Bobbie Brown just for a second.
She's a looker.
Which I'll say also, last night, unprompted, unrelated, I just realized this. I started watching Stranger Things again. I fell asleep watching Stranger Things. I don't know why I decided to do that. But that's exactly my issue with Millie Bobbie Brown. But what were we going to say?
It's good.
Oh, dude, Stranger Things is amazing.
It's good.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen it, obviously see it.
Yeah, they just started shooting season 5.
Wow.
Which I think is going to be the last one, sadly.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think even the Duffer Brothers themselves were like, that's it.
Yeah. I just hope if they end it. Don't do a spin-off. Don't do any extra.
I agree.
Just
I
end
completely agree.
Just end it. And I also hope season 5 is an actual season 5. I'm getting really annoyed with this Netflix shit where it's like part 1, part 2,
dude,
part
I know
3. No, just give us a final season.
I know. Well, it's funny because it's like, I mean, it's obviously a Netflix problem for sure, but Attack on Titan is finally ending, which is an anime, and I haven't even watched most of it, but they're like, and I'm gonna brutalize the numbers, but they don't even matter in the context of they're like, they said. Finally, like season 3, part 2, part 4 is coming here. You know what I mean? So like what they did was it was like half a season was they did season like 5 or whatever, and then they did season 5 part 1, and then they did season 5 part 1 part 2. Dude, it's crazy. That's like when Final Fantasy does some crazy shit.
Right.
Like one of the sequels to Kingdom Hearts was 358 over 2 days. And you're like, the fuck? We're getting fractions in here now? The fuck? Do I need a PEMDAS on this goddamn Kingdom Hearts game? Shout out PEMDAS.
Yeah, I really just don't. The whole part thing, I'm getting over it.
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah.
over it real quick.
It's
they
crazy.
do it with every show now.
I know.
The final season, they'll be like part 1, and then it's like,
dude. But dude, season 4 of Stranger Things, man, was amazing. I know they did the part 1, sort of part 2. It was not formally, but they were like half the season now, half the season
I'm
later.
okay with that.
That's fine. Yeah.
I don't like because if they do that, because if they don't, we're all gonna finish it in 2 days.
Exactly. Yeah. Calling off work.
So I get that, but
Yeah.
I hate when they do like instead of episodes, they do like 3 episodes here,
Yes.
and it's long, and then
Yeah.
part 2 is 3 episodes here, and it's long.
I
It's
did
like-
like their choice to make like the last 2 episodes of the show like movie length.
Right.
It needed it, but I'm with you too as well. I'm tired of that. Be like
I just don't like how it's like instead of just giving us episodes, you're giving us like quarters or like half of a movie.
Yeah.
In 4 parts.
Exactly.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So, but the thing I wanted to say about Millie Bobbie Brown and why I was like, can I say what you said?
She's a looker, dude.
Yeah.
She's a looker. Like, not in the show. She's a looker for the most part.
Oh,
in the show, she has her moments, I guess. Not when she's got a buzzed head, but.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, like, so she turns 20 this year. That's why she's on the list.
Yeah.
But so there's a lot of that. There's like so much hype around Millie Bobbie Brown being like a hottie or whatever, and I don't know why I'm in the huge minority of this, but I feel like I can't and won't ever think she's attractive solely because I've seen her since she was like 12. You know what I mean? So when I see her, I'm just like, oh, like my only introduction to her was I spent all of her minor years with her, and then she was 18. And so when I see her, I'm not like, oh, what a hottie. I'm like, that's a child. You know what I'm saying? I can't get that out of my head at all just because, I feel like it'd be the same thing where it's like if there was like I can't think of a good example that doesn't sound creepy, but like say if I like had like an acquaintance who had a child and I met them when they were 10 and then 8 years later, like, even if she was the hottest girl in the world, I'd be like, I've known you since you were 10.
No, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
That's just so weird to me. Like, and then I also think of Millie Bobbie Brown turning 18 was almost like a holiday for a lot of people.
That's weird.
That's fucking gross.
That's
dude.
weird.
There's like people who had like a time clock or like a calendar thing. You know what I mean?
See,
like
I guess
calendar
it's a
notification.
little different for me because like we're not that different in age.
Yeah, because you're turning 24 this year.
Yeah.
And so she's 20.
Yeah.
So that's a great point. I actually really like that. That makes a lot of sense because I'm turning 29 this year. So for me, I'm like,
yeah, you literally watched like when you first started watching That's a Case.
Yeah.
And now it's not. And you're like, well, I can't get past the That's a Case part.
That's so funny, yeah. But that doesn't mean like like if I met an 18-year-old and we hit it off, I don't think I'd be like, you're a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just weird. But if I met a 15-year-old and then she turned 18, I think I'd be like, I'm good.
It almost seems like you waited.
She's like, every time she
All
sees
of
me, I'm
you-
doing like this.
All
and
of
she's
you
like,
weird ass people who celebrated her 18th
you
birthday.
fucking
That's the same
gross
thing
ass.
that happened with that Catch Me Outside girl.
yeah,
She
bro.
fucking turned 18 and dropped her OnlyFans, and now
my God,
and she
dude.
made over like $2 million or $20 million in the first week.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. And maybe there is a threshold difference between like, I don't know how old the Catch Me Outside girl was when that happened.
16.
Yeah, okay. So I was gonna say, I feel like there is a huge difference, maybe in my brain, between meeting somebody at 16 and then they're 18 versus meeting somebody at like 10 to 12 and then they're 18. I don't know.
I mean, but my point is like these old people were waiting
gross.
for her to
Yeah,
turn
gross.
18.
Exactly. She's like, Catch Me Outside. How about that? And they're like, I can't wait to see her tits legally.
Yeah.
That's fucking so weird.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, Millie Bobbie Brown, happy birthday, whenever the fuck that is.
I just
Wow.
follow her on Instagram.
So I wanted to talk about. So there's a bunch of songs that turned 20 this year.
Oh yeah, I see this.
Okay, yeah. Don't read them too much because I wanted to run something by you.
Okay.
As I revealed them to you, I want you to say yes or no. So when I was
good song or bad song or
no on,
Okay.
it seemed like 2004 in terms of music was the year of the roller rink. Does that track?
You're talking about songs you'd hear at the roller.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to tell you like the biggest hits that
we
year.
grew up at United Skates.
Yeah,
so
United Skates.
This reads.
So, and it was so funny. I was telling this to Riley, and she was like, "Oh, we didn't like have a roller rink where I grew up, but we did have an ice skating rink." You know. So, and then I read this list to her, and I'll tell you her answer
Bougie
after.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We can keep ice perpetually cold where I'm from. Whatever. Yeah, these I'm gonna go one by one, and then you just tell me yes, that would be played in a roller rink,
Okay.
or no, I can't see that being played
Okay.
in a roller rink. Okay, so the first one is 1985 by Bowling for Soup. Do you know the song?
Maybe.
The
Oh yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you know that song's a cover? Like, people blow that song up like it's the greatest song Bowling for Soup ever made. It's a cover.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I want to do like a longer
Is Bowling
form.
for Soup the people who made
Phineas
It's
and-
140.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the Phineas and Ferb theme song. Yeah, there was a band called SR-71 that released 1985, and it was honestly, the version was worse. Like, it was not. That song would not have been a hit. Less than a month later, Bowling for Soup covered it. And then that's the version that blew up. So, you know what I mean? As a band, you got to kind of be like, oh.
As a band, you'd be pissed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but yeah, I bet a lot of people listening did not know that. Like, if you are listening and that blew your mind, go check out the SR-71 version, because the biggest thing it's lacking is that what I just did, that's a catchy ass guitar lead. The SR-71 version does not have a catchy guitar lead at all. Like, and then it's, let me just hit the wall. Like, he's saying it like, I don't know, he was getting the life squeezed out of him. Anyways, I didn't mean to spend that much time on 1985. Mr. Brightside.
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%. And
that
honestly,
that song works anywhere.
I was going to say, that's exactly
You can play that song at my funeral, and if you guys don't get lit, I'm gonna be pissed.
Dude, one of my favorite videos on the internet is so I don't know if you know this, but like in the European countries, that song is like has been on the top 10 since it dropped. Like, of every year, that song is on top 10 most played songs. So there's this video. I think when I saw it, it had like 40 views. I have no idea how I found it. I have no idea what I was looking for when I found it. But it was honoring our dead best friend or something like that, I think was the name of the video. Something like that. And it's this Irish pub. And it's this guy up on a bar. Everybody's sloshing beer. And he's like, basically says like, to celebrate the recent, passing of our friend's life, like, or to celebrate his life of a friend who recently passed, we're going to play like his favorite song. Now, mind you, it's an Irish pub, so he's screaming. And he's like, sing this one for Georgie. And the song starts and it's and dude, the whole bar is just jumping, coming out of my cage. And dude, it's one of my favorite videos. I'm like, dude, if I pass, that's all I want.
Right.
Is people play my favorite song and scream it, bro. That's so sick. All right, cool. So this one might be hard to remember. It's called Leave by JoJo, also known as Get Out. It's the Get Out right now. It's the end of you and me.
No.
Do you know? You don't know that one? Wow, dude. That's
Maybe if
crazy.
I heard it.
Yeah. I can't. No, really? Hunter does not know Leave by JoJo. That's crazy.
Never heard that song once anywhere.
Holy shit. So not a roller rink song, huh?
No.
Oh, wow, dude.
I'm gonna slap the hammer. No, I didn't like it now,
Wow.
and I've never heard it before. So
Damn, now I'm nervous about the rest, because I thought that was a for sure, and then I was like, some of these are obscure, but okay. And then there's Pieces of Me by Ashley Simpson.
yeah, I can see that.
You know
one.
that song? You know, it's the, oh, fuck, how does it go? The pieces of me.
Yeah, I know that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, right?
I think that one I could justify that.
Okay, yeah. It's tough too, because like around 2004 to 2006 in gym class, they would play like the hits on the speakers in the gym. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these songs are like, these are also gym class songs, but that's not as true. Okay, Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson.
Why does that sound so familiar?
Yeah, fuck. What is? It's like I'm blanking on him now. I'm so shook that you didn't know JoJo, that I'm like now lost all confidence in the list. The immediate recognition.
I've heard this everywhere.
when she hits you with the na-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, no, that one reads.
I never knew the lyrics of the song, so when I was a kid, like listening to it, as a kid, I was 100% sure these lines were in the song, and then I grew up and I was like, oh, of course they're not. It was trying to feel the warm breeze, don't really fuck with palm trees. As a kid, I was 100% sure that line was in the song, which It's so fun.
And it's not there.
Not at all. Like Kelly Clarkson being like, yeah, I don't really fuck with palm trees is a hilarious concept for a lyric. She's like, well, there's two things that you should know about me. I'm trying to feel the warm breeze, and I don't fuck with palm trees. Get him out of here. It's okay. So, "Let Me Love You" by Mario. That
For sure.
100%.
Where else would it play?
It only plays in Roller Rink.
Only.
Dude. Yeah, that song fucking goes hard. That's the You should let me love you. Let me be the one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, all right.
Copyright.
All right. "Goodies" by Sierra. You might know "One Two Step" by Sierra, but
I know that.
Yeah. "Goodies" was the hit before "One Two Step."
How'd that go?
She's like, fuck.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, please. Because I can only think of the my goodies, my goodies. Dude, so mid 2000s. Okay. Yeah, as soon as you heard the wee.
Okay, so yeah, I could see that one.
You know what's crazy? So forever ago there was that rumor about Lady Gaga having a penis.
I remember that. That was weird.
Isn't that weird?
Why was that a thing?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Because the same thing happened with Megan Fox.
Yeah, so the first memory I ever had of that rumor starting about a female was actually Sierra. Was being like, oh, she's actually a dude.
Was this just a trend?
I don't know, because that was the first time I ever heard it, and then it was like 3 years later when Poker Face came out, or not Poker Face, Just Dance came out. Like, people were like, yeah, that's Lady Gaga. She's got a penis. And I was like, why does this keep happening?
Yeah,
but I couldn't find any evidence of the Sierra one online. What was it? What were we going to say?
I remember that happening with Lady Gaga and Megan Fox. When I was growing up.
Oh, Megan Fox, I do remember that one. That one like really fell to the wayside pretty quick.
Yeah.
All it took was Jennifer's body. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm kidding. Anyways, My Happy Ending by Avril Lavigne. I will say that's the toughest one just because it's not exactly a happy song.
I don't know the song by the name.
My Happy Ending. Pretending so much for my happy ending.
Okay. I'd say no.
Yeah. It's like maybe if they were like, hold hands on this lap.
Which that did happen, but
yeah.
I don't know if you'd play a sad song to hold hands.
For listeners that didn't have this, like we lived near this place called United Skates, and so it's like half arcade, half roller rink, and so it's just so funny to like picture My Happy Ending by Avril Lavigne blaring while you're trying to like whack-a-mole in rollerblades.
Because, dude, when you were in the arcade, rollerblades didn't come off.
No, they stayed. Yeah, they carpeted that thing to be like, well, you have some traction, but also good luck.
Like everybody in the arcade still had... Do you remember, for the people watching at home, did you ever see the game with the arcade when we were younger where it was like digital jump rope? It had all the lights and it would ring around.
Oh,
people
they did that.
Kept rollerblades on.
Yeah.
During playing that game.
Dude.
They would stand on a little pad.
Oh, my
and they would
God.
jump with their rollerblades, roll,
Oh,
go
my
back.
God. That pad was fighting for its life.
Yeah.
Some people play Dance Dance Revolution. Actually, never mind. No. I take that back. I don't think a single person tried Dance Dance Revolution and rollerblades.
No,
those are the only time they'd come off.
I would see people go up there just to jump it.
Yeah.
They jump on top, jump off.
Yeah, exactly. Like a grind almost. Yeah. This is soul skating. We skate for fun. All right, Yeah by Usher.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, do you know any of the lyrics in that song other than Yeah?
Yeah.
Because whenever I hear it, I only hear like, yeah.
Is that the one where everyone's like, got your toes?
Yeah. Bend over to the front, touch your toes. There's a part in the song, like in the chorus, I don't know a single line, but it sounds like he says like a soup gun, I've got your toes, yeah.
I remember that.
What? So, anyways, and then My Boo by Alicia Keys. Even when I'm with my boo.
Of course.
Oh. Dude.
Of course.
Anytime anybody, you ever hear anytime I hear like a parrot or like a somewhat elderly woman get hurt, which are both very often, and it sounds like, ow, I'm like, yeah. You're spitting.
So, The only thing different about this list that you have,
I can't believe you're going to glaze past elderly woman getting hurt, but it was good.
for United States, I feel like United States when we were growing up, at least when I was, it was mostly like the alternative scene.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it was like a lot of Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco.
That's right. Like 2007 was like the emo-ish year, so that's when it was bumping.
Like
for sure.
all of my school skating parties growing up was all like it was all that.
It was just I write sins, not tragedies,
for
and
the most
sugar we're
part.
going down. And that's like it. Yeah.
And thanks for the memories.
Yeah. Oof, man.
Oh, it was
That's so crazy, man.
It was mainly that. I feel like there were a couple other ones. Mr. Brightside was one.
Dude, I mean, Mr. Brightside's timeless. Mr. Brightside. I'm gonna fuck with that song for the rest of my life.
There was another one. Was it the middle?
Oh, the middle was big. Yeah, the middle. It just takes some time. Yeah, fucking that one. For some reason, I always think that the people who made Jimmy Eat World is who made the middle. In my head, I always think that they're also the ones that made Hey There, Delilah, and that is not the case, even remotely.
That was on at the roller ring.
Oh, my God. What a terrible pick. Oh, people are having fun riding in circles? Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? You know what's crazy about that song is that, so like this dude, the singer, met this girl named Delilah in New York City. I think he was on tour. And, like, fell in love with her, basically. Found out she had a boyfriend, didn't care, wrote a song about it, invited the girl to the show. The girl brings her boyfriend. And then, he played her the song, Hey There, Delilah, in front of her boyfriend. And they never ended up together, but I'm like, geez, I don't know who's more pathetic in that scenario.
What are your options other than the singer?
Like... Thank you for calling me. That's a great point. Yeah. Thank you for calling me out. Yeah.
Like, who else did you think was she getting free tickets? Why wouldn't she go?
She's like, and if you pay $30, you can come with
I'm
me.
getting two?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my boyfriend's coming. We're going to go have a good night.
Dude. Oh, my God. So, just everybody keep that in mind from now on if you hear that. Oh, it's what you do to me. He had to do that in front of this chick's boyfriend.
No, he wanted to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, sorry.
He thought this was some movie where she was just going to run to the stage.
I know, yeah. And jump in his arms, you know?
And they actually just like, and then leave.
Yeah, she's like, can you imagine, like not much longer after that, that band, the Plain White Tees, they were on iCarly.
Yep.
Yeah. You imagine if that chick was just watching iCarly with her boyfriend.
I
Her
remember when
boyfriend's like, come on.
When I was a little...
I'm trying to get out of my media, bro. I'm boinking this chick and you won't stop singing on the TV.
I don't know why, but when I was a little kid, I used to think the Plain White Tees and the Black Eyed Peas were the same.
That's so funny. Like the Plain White Tees, that's got Fergie, right?
What was his name? Will.i.am?
Yeah. Will.i.am is singing, Hey There, Delilah.
Come get that boom, boom, boom.
Plain White Tees singing I Got a Feeling. Holy shit, that's so funny, man. It's a great fuck up, dude. I'll say this about the Black Eyed Peas, man. Another timeless song. For me, this is probably in the minority. Where is the love? God, that's like, what's wrong with the world, mama? Oh, what is wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas.
Hey. Well, this is a mom space.
Yeah, mom space right here. Yeah. Like my sister came to check out the set. I don't know if you guys remember last week, I was talking about the grandpa mug, and I was like, because that was my level of comedy back then. I was like, I'm not. But then I also said, I just found this mom space sign for $2. And so my sister was like, did you get it because you thought, I'm not? And I went, I haven't evolved at all. The comedy's still the same. That sucks ass. But anyways, yeah, those are some things that turned 20 in 2024.
That's interesting, man.
All right, so the Instagram question this week, which, in case anybody isn't aware, it's a new thing we started doing. If you follow us on Instagram at Can't Fight Show, every week we're going to ask a question on our story, and people who submit their answers, we'll pick our favorite ones, and we'll throw them in a list, and we'll review them on the show. So if you want to be on the show, or your comment to be on the show, follow us on Insta and answer our questions each week. So the Instagram question this week was, what would you guys get as knuckle tattoos? Which, for people who aren't aware, if you look at your knuckles, you'd have 4 fingers on each hand. So, at maximum, probably 8 letters, and 4 on each knuckle. So the example I gave was beef stew. Like that says a knuckle tattoo. Just on your hands. Every time someone sees you, they see beef stew. So, all right, let's get into these. This one's from Average Joe PK, which is Joey Foxtrot. We love him. What did he say?
He said, "What?" on one hand, and then "is up" on the other hand.
That's so funny. A question mark on his thumb.
No, what's up?
yeah, that's so good, man. So yeah, thanks for submitting an answer, Joey. All right, another one from Joey.
He said shit on one hand and fuck on the other hand.
Shit, fuck.
And then he gets the turd emoji on his thumb.
Always needs some sort of punctuation. All right, this next one is from your boy.
This one, you guys are...
You guys need Jesus.
What's going on here?
Yeah, this is from Brian.
So, Brian said dick on one hand, hard on the other hand.
Dick hard.
So when he...
Yeah. An exclamation point on his thumb. It's so good. I keep clicking this. All right, cool. This is from Dominic Brindley. Brindley Dominic on Instagram. He says, what did he say?
He said tortilla.
Which is like so good, man.
It's so good.
Yeah, dude, that's a good one. I like that. All right. And the next one is from Scooter. Scooter Allen. He's my producer. Hunter's already cracking up at the answer. Tell him what it is, buddy.
He said left on one hand, right on the other. The only way I accept this is if you get them flip-flopped.
And it's funny, too, because right has 5 letters. So you have to, GH on, the middle finger. You know what I'm saying?
I'm okay with that.
That's so good.
Or
left, right.
You could spell it RITE.
That's a good point. Yeah, there's some there's people out there that can't tell left from right, so they have to hold their hand up like a goalpost and then be like, oh, the L is left. That would help too. You just look at your hands.
No, that's why I said you have to get them flipped.
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
He's like, the L's here, but it says right.
Who am I gonna trust? That's so funny. This is from Dom Sorio. He's not only one of my tattoo artists, but he's also just a good friend. This is probably my favorite one. He said Baja Blast, but with no A.
Yeah.
Baja Blast. That's such a good one. That's so funny. Baja Blast. And I think that's it. I think that's all we got.
Cool. I'm happy.
I forgot, yeah. Because I saw that at least one, if not more people messaged their response. It's easier for me if you just leave it in the text box, because then they're all in one space rather than me having to dig through DMs, because we get so many.
Yeah, I know. We're just popping over here
constantly. Oh, I can't check. Can you check our YouTube? We might be at 300 subscribers right now. Before we started the show, we were at 299.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
We are at 301 subscribers.
Oh my God, we did it. We're at 300.
301 on the subs.
On the old
kid.
YouTube. YouTube.com/can'tfightshow. That's not actually it. It doesn't work like that. But
Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show on YouTube.
Yep.
301, baby.
301. It's crazy. This is, we've been officially at it for 2 months and 1 week.
I love it.
So that's pretty cool, man. Awesome. All right. So, you had a debate with your girlfriend you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I did. This is for you and your work friend. And we're going to discuss this now, Bill.
Okay.
If I was to ask you the age-old question, because apparently this is just such a big debate,
Okay.
what is your definition of a boombox have to be for it to qualify as a boombox?
As a boombox. And the thing is, I think the boombox is more about a look than a functionality, right?
Do you think it is has to be an antique?
I don't think so.
So you're saying that a boombox, in theory, could evolve over time?
I agree, yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that. It can't just be a speaker, because that's not like a boombox. A boombox isn't just a speaker. So it's
Okay.
like, a Dre Beats pill is not a fucking boombox.
Exactly.
A Dre Beats boombox is not a boombox. No, I don't even think they have that.
No,
But,
they do.
Oh, they do?
They have
Okay.
boomboxes.
So, like, when you look up boombox on, like, Amazon, like, they might even have, like, floaties that just look like boomboxes. I wouldn't say the functionality needs to be, it has to be antiquated or old. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because otherwise, I don't know. I might lose the argument a little bit here, but like retro things already have a retro thing in the title, right? Like a rotary telephone.
Right.
That's an old phone, right? Versus a boombox, I think could be timeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it
An
can
antique
evolve.
lamp versus a lamp. It's not an antique. So now a tape boombox would just be a retro boombox, right?
Yeah, it would have a CD player, maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
a cassette tape.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I would say.
So if we still had a boombox that has the handle,
Yes.
could go over the shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
big speakers on it,
But it's Bluetooth.
but it's Bluetooth.
Yeah. I'd still call it a boombox. I would.
Now, what would you say if JBL released this such thing and it's called a boombox?
It's just tough. It has to have the look. That's my big thing. It's got to have big-ass speakers on it. It's got to be something you can hold over your head to tell your girl, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I disagree with your definition of a boombox. It's a very specific song, but we'll find it. It's probably that song by JoJo you didn't hear.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. I'm
sorry.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But go ahead. What were you going to say?
So, according to my girlfriend and her work friend, a boombox is something that is not timeless. It is left exactly where it started. It requires a CD player and or cassette tape. Has to
Yeah.
have a handle and go over the shoulder.
I will stick with the handle and the over-the-shoulder.
It has
for
to
sure.
have a CD player
Yeah.
and a cassette tape.
Yeah. I would not that. Because just,
I said, how is a boombox left as something that is not timeless?
yeah.
How can it not evolve?
Exactly.
We don't use cassette tapes and CD players anymore. I'm willing to bet people nowadays use records more than they use CD players
Oh,
or
100%.
cassette tapes.
Yeah, actually, I will. Yeah, because now it's a thing that's come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's actually really interesting that you brought that up. Yeah, I'm with you on this. I think it's just about a look and a feel, not particularly the functionality of
The boombox.
vintage equipment.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't equate a boombox to vintage by definition.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it's an old school boombox, cool.
Yeah.
But, like,
That's a great way to put it. Old school boombox
Yeah.
versus a new school boombox.
that's what I was saying. That's why it's like, this is a horrible argument. I feel like I can give her that. But in my opinion, the way she was sounding to me, I'm like, that's like saying a Tesla is not a car because it's electric.
Yeah.
You're leaving the car to it has to be gas.
Yeah.
It has to. Yeah.
Great. I'll agree with that. That's a good argument. You know what I mean? Like on your defense, like to be
I
like,
think that's facts.
yeah, because you'd have to be like, no, it's actually an electric vehicle. It's not a car.
Or a video game console controller is not a controller because there's no wire that goes into the console.
Right.
No,
Okay.
we just don't need that wire
We adapt.
anymore.
We evolve, dude.
She's like, well, you can't even play the radio on that boombox. Well, actually,
Yeah.
if I connect my phone, I can stream 107.9,
Yeah, yeah,
96.5, 104.1. What do you want?
Yeah.
I can do it.
Shout out iHeartRadio app,
Yeah, my point.
which you can also find us on, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
I did.
Yeah.
They might not have.
Yeah, you can find us on iHeartRadio too. The Hunter and Billy Can't Fight Show. But
So,
yeah.
I rest my case.
Mm-hmm.
You and your work friend are wrong. Campfire Show 1.
The love of my life 0. You suck. That's so funny, dude.
This is our main event. All right, tell us what we're getting into, bro.
All right, so before the show, Hunter hasn't really seen any of these, but I thought it'd be fun. I was randomly coming up with scenarios. Can I tell you how this game came to pass?
Yeah.
I was on Discord with Jason and Jared, two of my friends, and they have some of the loudest farts and burps I've ever heard in my life.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, they're insane. Like they kind of shake the room sometimes. They're fucking loud. So we're on Discord, and I was like, I got a fart. And I was like, but I get the unfair advantage of I'm going to put this thing as close to my butt as I can, you know? So I put it up to my butt and I fart, and it's loud to them. And they go, whoa. And I was like, hey, guys, I can't take away from your guys' talent. I basically just had my phone in my ass. Like, that's all it was. And so they were making a joke about how I just shoved an AirPod up there to get as close as I could to the source. And so we were making jokes about, like, I wondered why your mic sounded like corn for the last 5 minutes, or like things like that. And the last one I said was, I was wondering why it sounded like a Fiber One bar slapping concrete. And we just thought that was so funny. And I thought, oh, what would that actually sound like? I'm going to come up with other scenarios, and I'm going to pitch them to Hunter, and Hunter has to tell me what they would sound like.
Okay.
All right. So that's the game. So the first one, just based on the story I told, is that it's a Fiber One bar slap in concrete.
Is it in the wrapper?
I knew you were going to be good at this. No, not in the wrapper, and it's one of the ones that have like sort of a hard outer shell, but like gooey insides. Almost like coconut, like a coconut Fiber One bar. It's simple and it works, you know? It's simple and it works. That's so good. That's good. All right. Awesome. Well, how would it have changed if it was in the wrapper? Dude, somebody's going to sample those and make a drum beat out of it. That's so funny. All right. A guy falls through glass, shattering it. I appreciate what a good sport you're being on this right now. That's so good. That's awesome. What do you think he was doing before he fell?
I need to. What kind of glass is he falling through? Like, what is it? Is it a glass pane? Let's say
it's like a skylight. Yeah, like a skylight.
It's a skylight?
Yeah, because he's falling through it.
He was cleaning dried frogs off the roof.
Shout out episode 9? Whatever the Pottermore episode was. That's so funny.
And one was still alive. So he jumped.
Yeah. That was that. Yeah, it was him realizing that was him realizing. Wow. All right. I like it. Okay. An error sound that no one has ever heard before. So like something maybe failed on your computer and an error sound plays that no one's ever heard before. There was like something happening to your throat there. That was insane. That was awesome. That really cool pull from a guttural place. All right. A hard fart and a pound of pudding. That's good. That's a good one. I know. Oh, it's good. It's good. I was wondering too if it would be like
the pudding bubbles.
I was trying to be like, how could you get like your I
think I got there.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's the. Oh my god, he's got a real knack for this. That's crazy. Okay. This one's pretty open to interpretation. This is champagne bottle opening gone wrong. Dude. That was a champagne bottler in like that bubble shooter game. That's so good, man. Oh my god. All right. We have how magnets probably sound on a molecular level.
Well, this is a tough one.
Oh, I meant to say, too, the champagne bottle opening one, shout out Jason. Jason came up with that one. But yeah, my bad.
I don't know. What does something sound like on a molecular level?
Just,
so it'd
bigger. Like if you zoomed way the fuck in.
So is it like, what kind of magnets are they? Are they the ones you throw in the air and they go zzz, or are we just putting the magnets together?
Just magnets together, yeah, as they collide. Or as they're being pulled to each other and then they collide.
Amplified.
Whatever Riley had for that one was actually good. It was kind of like a
I guess that would have been better.
No, it's good. It's good. Hey.
The build up.
Yeah. All right. Do you know the age old saying, like, or not saying, it's like a joke. It's you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
Yeah.
Tuning a fish. Is the sound?
I mean, but it wouldn't make no. Okay.
Well, if you were tuning it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is fish in the key of C.
Breathe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When I came up with that one, Jason pretended like he slapped like a fish on his leg, and he was like turning its tail. It was like. Just tightening it is ridiculous. All right. This one's from Jared. Shout out, Jared. It's 10 people cheering while their beer is sloshing around.
How am I supposed to do both?
I know.
I
know. It's
right,
okay if you can't.
You do the cheering.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
I'll do the slosh.
Okay. It's good. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
It's I was like, I got nothing to cheer about. My life sucks. No, I'm just kidding. That's so funny. All right, nice. We nailed it. This one's existential. Do you know the existential question of, like, if a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? You ever heard that before?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you never heard that before? Yeah. It's like it's basically just a question of, does sound only exist if someone is there to perceive it? Anyways,
no.
You're like, I'll tell you right now. No.
If I go set a C4 up in the desert, no one's around, and I come back here and I hit the detonate button, it's still gonna go boom.
Yeah, but is it? I'm just kidding. I'm not smart enough to even know where that originated from. But anyways, so the prompt is a tree falls while no one is around to hear it.
All right. You guys ready for this one?
Yeah. It fell on like a pile of dynamite. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
I liked it. Yeah, that's good. I like the cracking of the wood before it finally falls. Yeah, that's a nice little.
The wind catches it.
Yeah,
and then just a little.
Oh, good. That's good. That's a good impact sound. I like it. That's good. All right. For me, if a tree falls and no one's around to hear it, I like to pretend like they speak English. So they're like, fuck. And then
one's like, oh, no.
Honey! Gene! No, Gene! As he's falling. All right, so this is the last one that I had for you. It's make a jingle for Long John Silver's.
I'm just making the...
Yeah, because I don't even know if they have one. I don't know shit about Long John Silver's.
When you're hungry, please don't say, oh dear, we're Long John Silver's and we got your fish here.
Dude. And all of their packaging, it says, oh dear, in quotes. Wow. Hey, phenomenal work. Hey, that's it that we got. That was it for our game, and I think that's also it for episode 13.
Hey, guys, thank you guys for still showing love and support. We love you. We hope to bring out some more content, roll out better episodes, and we hope to keep growing, keep having fun with you guys. Please like, subscribe. Follow us everywhere you can. Share so your friends know.
Yes.
And please keep responding on our questions. We want to get you guys more involved.
Yes.
We love getting you guys involved and hearing from you. And also, I mean, if you guys have more games that we could play here, share them with us.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We'd love some input.
Awesome. Well, love you guys, and we'll see you next week on the Hunter and Billy Can't Fight show.
And you know what that means?
What does it mean?
That means get out of here, fuckers.
I just got them last week. So if you see me in the street, just know these shorts match my briefs. I just got these on sale. I ain't paying retail. And no, the style ain't stale. I didn't get these in the mail. My shorts match my briefs.